Hi, welcome back to the Distressed Princess. Today I'm in a collaboration for everyday farmhouse decor with Jamie from Simple Roots Simple Living and Savannah at Savvy Crafts with Savannah. I'll tell you some more about them in just a little bit, but first let's start the first DIY. This is the one I'm most excited about today. It only costs $4 per sconce using Dollar Tree items. You'll need 2 of these rectangle decorations from the Dollar Tree, and some of them say bless this nest or blessed nest or something like that. Doesn't matter which one, but you'll need 2 of them, and you'll need 2 of the plant hangers that you can get at the Dollar Tree. The object here is to attach the plant hangers, making wall sconces. And the first thing you'll need to do is remove the wording. And I was lucky with this one because they usually break all to pieces. I'm always so careful to try to save what I can when I'm disassembling things. And this one actually came apart all in one piece so that I can use it in a DIY later on if I want to. But I wasn't so lucky on the second one. That one broke all to pieces. Next, you will remove the backing or the picture out of the frames just by bending up the tabs and popping them out. And while you're at it, you'll want to remove the hangers that are on the back of these decorations, but put them aside because you're going to reattach those in a different place later. Okay, so full disclosure here. When I began making these, I thought I would paint them white and then draw some shiplap lines on them, and that was going to be the backing, the background for these sconces. I was going to put them back in the frames just like this. But I came up with another idea that I liked even better. So that I painted winds up being the back. And I'm painting the frames with white chalk paint. However, these frames do not like to take paint. If you've worked with them before, you already know this. But if you're using chalk paint and you do a thin layer, you see how the paint wants to kind of bead up and roll away. Go over it with your hair dryer. I promise it doesn't really take that long. Hit it with the hair dryer, then put another coat. And if it's still beading up, which you see that it is, hit it with the hair dryer again. Usually it would take after 3 or 4 go rounds, and I promise it really doesn't take that long. It really ends up looking kind of like a whitewash, which I like for these. Now, on to the idea for the backing. So I originally was going to cover these tore up backs with some brown craft paper, but then I remembered that I had some of those sticky tiles that come from the Dollar Tree, and I thought how pretty they might be against those white frames. So this is a real life example of how sometimes DIYs and craft projects can just evolve sort of on their own. They don't turn out being what you originally had planned, but oftentimes they turn out better. And I'm so glad that I remembered that I had these because I like it so much better than if I had left those painted white. With the white frames, I think that this metal looking tile just pops a little bit better. So I stuck the tile onto the plank and used my utility knife to trim around the edge. And then use the pieces of the tile that you cut off to cover the ends, and the design fits together perfectly. Then put the back into the frame. By the way, when we talk about everyday farmhouse decor, we're talking about those items you can leave out in your home year-round and they're pretty through all the seasons. Now it's time to attach the plant hangers. And I'm going to use a product that I love to use anytime that I'm working with metal because it works so well. You never have to doubt whether it's going to hold. And that is this JB Weld Minute Weld. And this thing comes in a plunger, and it comes with a little stir stick because there are two kinds of adhesives inside of this that need to be mixed together. So you just plunge out however much you think that you'll need, and I plunged out too much. I wasted some. And then use the stir stick to mix it all up. When you see that the two glues are mixed up very well, then use that little stir stick to apply it to whatever you're using. So it doesn't take a whole lot, just a little thin layer on the back of this plant hanger. And you have to work a little quickly. I mean, you don't want to sit around. You want to get it put down on whatever you're attaching. So put it down onto the backing of that frame and let it set. I know it says 1 minute setting, but I think it actually takes a little longer, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. And it says that it takes 24 hours to cure, so I wouldn't actually hang anything off of these for a full 24 hours just to be sure that it's going to stay. But like I said, JB Weld has never let me down yet. Now we're going to work on the mason jars that are going to hang from these plant hangers. So you'll need to remove the lid and get some wire. And if you want this to be an entirely Dollar Tree project, you can use this black wire that they have there at the Dollar Tree. But I wanted a more metal look, and I have this metal wire. You'll start by making the handles that are going to hang from the sconces. So I just eyeballed and looked maybe about how long I needed them to be, and then I pretended that they were hanging from the plant hangers and got an idea of how long I needed my hanger to be. When you're happy with the way it's hanging, add another couple inches to the ends. Then I'm going to cut 4 pieces. You're going to need 2 pieces per jar. Since this wire is serving as a hanger, I wanted it to be sturdier than just the one piece. That's why there's 2. And so I twisted them up together. Then you'll need a piece of wire to go around the collar of the jar so that the hanger has something to hang from. I made loops on each end of the hanger and then attached it to the wire that's going to go around the collar of the jar. And then I twisted that wire into place, and that holds everything securely. And then cut off the excess wire on the back of the jar and kind of smush that wire down so it's not standing straight out. Next, reattach the hangers to the back of the frame. And the hangers that this frame came with had these pointy things that stuck down in the wood, so I cut them off with my wire cutters. Then I hot glued them in place on the backing of the frame. I didn't want them sticking out from the wooden part of the frame because then it wouldn't be flush on the wall when you hang it. And use a lot of hot glue to do this. Actually, you could use that JB Weld to do this and then you would have no concerns whatsoever. But I feel like a lot of hot glue works just fine. I put my frames side by side so I would know exactly where to put the hanger on the other frame. This part is optional, but I decided that I wanted to put the metal lids back on the jars for another touch of metal to this project. And here they are all finished, and all you need to do is add a little floral or maybe a candle. Now let's meet the girls that I'm collabing with. The first one I'll talk about is Savannah over at Savvy Crafts with Savannah, and she is really into the distressed farmhouse look. She has the best techniques for distressing things. She makes the cutest farmhouse stuff. Here are just a couple of my favorites that she has made lately, and most of her stuff is from Dollar Tree items, and she also does wonderful thrift flips. And my other wonderful friend is Jamie over at Simple Roots, Simple Living, and she always comes out with the best unique ideas you have ever seen. Take a look at the last couple of my favorite designs that she has done. She made this dough bowl out of a log all by herself. Girl can use the power tools. Now the links for both of these ladies' videos and their channels will be in my description box down below. Be sure to check them out because you're gonna love them. DIY number 2 is my take on faux frosted glass for only $2. You will need one of the chopping mats out of this package of 2 that you get at the Dollar Tree, a white paint marker, and I got this one at Michael's, and a printout of a monogram that you like, and one of these decorative boxes from the Dollar Tree. The first thing you need to do is remove the back or the print out of the frame and set it aside for just a minute, and get one of your chopping mats, and you're going to use the backing or the picture out of that frame as a template to cut out a piece of this chopping mat that will fit inside the frame. You'll notice that the chopping mat has a smoother side and a rougher side. And I'm going to be using my paint pen to draw this monogram, and I want the rough side to be facing out. I want to draw on the smooth side. And that led me to realize I should have mirrored my image. So I went to print out another monogram, and luck would have it, I was running out of black ink. So in real crafter fashion, I just made do with what I had, and I drew in the pieces of the picture that were missing because there was no black ink to draw it with. So as long as you have ink in your printer, you won't have any problem. Just remember to mirror your image. Learn from my mistake and do that first. Then I used painter's tape to hold the mat in place while I'm drawing. Just trace over the design, and remember, I'm drawing on the smooth side, and I'm filling in where the color parts are, and it will show through on the other side, making it look like frosty glass. I wanted the frame to look like wood, so the first thing I did was give it a coat of chalk paint, and it could be any kind of a white color. I'm out of white chalk paint, so I used the color Plaster by Waverly. Once that's dry, now I'm going to go over the whole thing with the Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm going to use a baby wipe because that gives it a nice natural look. I quick dried that antique wax with my hair dryer, and I put the fake frosty glass back inside the frame, and this DIY is finished. And the last DIY today is something that you can set out and enjoy year round, and it only cost me $9 to make. You will need 3 of the boxes that you get at the Dollar Tree that have the little inside parts, but you won't be needing those. You can use them for another DIY later. You will need 3 of the metal peel and stick tiles from the Dollar Tree. And you will need 3 of the cactus succulents from the Dollar Tree, and try to pick the ones that are in taller like vases. I used one of the smaller inside parts of one of these boxes to use as a template to trace around onto the tile 4 squares. There's going to be 4 squares per box. And you'll notice that I used the 4 corners of the tile to make my 4 squares. Then remove the backing from each of the squares and attach them to each of the 4 sides. I wanted these tiles to look like old vintage painted over tiles, so I'm using white acrylic paint, and this kind I got at the Dollar Tree to paint over them. Now, if I had had white chalk paint, I would have used that because it did take about 3 coats to get good coverage with this acrylic paint. I did paint the entire box inside and out. And then the last thing is to plunk your little succulent down inside, and it makes the cutest little decoration. Here's a look back at the other 2 DIYs we did today. I want to say thanks to my friends Savannah and Jamie for doing this fun collab with me. I hope you all go over and visit their channels, and I will see you back here next time. Bye!